Hey y'all, long time no talk to. So I've got a box and a book today, and actually I'm going to show you two Illumicrate boxes, my last two ever. If you've watched any of my other unboxing videos, you know that I've been trying to decide which boxes to stop subscribing to. And the first one that I canceled was Illumicrate. I like Illumicrate. I like the stuff that comes in it, but usually the fandom stuff was from books that I hadn't read and books that were not on my TBR. So it felt like the one that was the least applicable, you know, like I was the least excited about the stuff as it related to fandoms that I knew anything about. Which isn't to say that it's not a great box. It really is. I'm not a rep. I've never been a rep. I was just getting too many boxes and I need to be more responsible. I need to at least probably cancel one more if I want to continue upon my road to responsibility. But we'll see how it goes. So the first box is kind of a repeat unboxing because I unboxed it over on my Instagram Live. It is from March of 2022. And then the second one will be April 2022. And I believe that that is all. I canceled my subscription just after it had renewed for 3 months. So I'm pretty sure these are my last two. So let me show you the first one kind of real fast. The first thing was a hotel keychain from Howl's Moving Castle. I've never read Howl's Moving Castle, but I've heard great things. I actually checked out the first one from the library last week, inspired by getting this keychain. A ceramic mug. Let me tell you where they came from. This one I think I've actually read. No, it's next on my list. So the ceramic mug is from Gideon the Ninth. Gideon the Ninth has been on my to-be read list for super long time. And I'm really getting more and more motivated because there are a couple of mutuals I have on TikTok who are all about Gideon the Ninth. So I know exactly where it is. And if it weren't for a couple of buddy reads, I would probably be reading it next. So it will probably be in the next couple of weeks. But I love the ceramic mugs. Also in the box is a notepad. Great for jotting things down and then completely forgetting about it. This one is inspired by Other Worlds for Smoke. I don't even know what that is, but it's really pretty. And this little zipper case, which is for headphones and cords. Although when my daughter saw this, who's a major smoker person, she was like, oh, this would be great for, you know, vapes or other things, but I don't do any of that stuff. So headphones it is, and cords. It says, I liked the imaginary people on the entertainment feed way more than I liked real ones. Martha Wells. So that is Murderbot. Let's see. Yep, Murderbot's headphone case. This case is perfect for storing your headphones and chargers for whenever you need to ignore real people. So that's the item from this time that I'd actually read something of. And then there was a pillowcase. And it says, you look like a winter night. I could sleep inside the cold of you. From Deathless by Catherine Valenti. This is what it looks like. Yeah, on this side. I love the colors. And probably it fits with a very particular vibe that I just don't have in any room of my house. Although actually it would. Anyway, I love it. Especially the picture that's got the people on it because it's very like vampire-y. It might be a good decoration in the fall. And it's also very soft. All right, so that was, oh, the book. I should definitely show you the book. So I was really excited about this book because it's so beautiful. And also V.E. Schwab is one of my favorite, non-favorite authors. So I love her writing. And I usually really love her story, but there's something about the story that I'm always like, I'm not sure about that. With the exception of A Darker Shade of Magic. That whole series, chef's kiss for me. But some of her other ones have fallen a little bit flatter than I would have wanted. And that's probably because I read A Darker Shade of Magic first, and then everything has just been top tier. Everything has just been compared to that top tier. Also, people really cite Lila Bard, who's one of the main protagonists in A Darker Shade of Magic, as kind of like a, you know, strong, feminist, you know, kind of character. And I find her reckless and putting other people in danger more than a good person would. You know what I mean? Like, I tend to disagree with people when they cite her as like a favorite character. But I love this. I love this. Gallant is definitely on my list of books to read. Although obviously I won't be reading this one and getting my grubby paws all over it. I love it. All right, so that was March 2020's Illumicrate. And the theme was A Life of Its Own. I think I told you everything that's in there. Yeah. And that one I'd already opened. I already knew everything that was in there. I was already excited about it. So, you know, I'm kind of sad to see it go, but there's not a box that I'm gonna stop getting that is a really easy discard. Like, that's the problem I'm having, is that I really like all of them for different reasons. But Illumicrate, I'm gonna say goodbye for a while, maybe forever. All right, but let's, oh, and this one's heavy, which means I'm probably gonna love whatever's in it. It's probably ceramic. I love every ceramic thing I've ever gotten in my entire life. But let's see. So this should be April's Illumicrate box. And then I'm going to tell you about, while I'm opening this, tell you about one of the books that I've recently read. I've read a few things since the last time I did a review, because I've been terrible about reviewing things even when I record. I think the last video I posted was a haul video. I also have books I could haul. Let me see. So, how about I'll tell you about the Bookwoman of Troublesome Creek. So I love books or about people who love books. The Woman of Troublesome Creek is a fictionalized story about a woman who has blue skin in the Appalachians of Kentucky. So it's based on a real family and descendants of a family who had a rare recessive genetic disorder that made their skin look blue because there wasn't enough oxygen in their blood. So they lived in the Kentucky mountains. There was some, you know, inbreeding that was happening because they lived in the mountains and they were really isolated, but also because people treated them like crap. So the Bookwoman of Troublesome Creek is about a woman who is living with her father, who's a coal miner and is dying, and he really wants to marry her off because she's the last of their kind as far as anybody knows. They're both blue-skinned. And it's really interesting because in the town, there are also a couple of black people. So the blue people are called coloreds also, but they're called blues. and then the other ones are usually called colored or black. But the laws, and miscegenation especially laws, apply to it's whites and then any non-white. So there's a lot of really discrimination and isolation because her skin is blue. At one point, one of the doctors is trying to do a study, and it's that's based on a true thing as well. People were trying to, like, scientists were trying to figure out why this family's skin was blue. So they were taking blood and all this stuff. In the book, which is fictionalized, it's a trigger warning scene, how they're getting her tissue samples and stuff. I would say that assault, there should be trigger warnings for assault in the both sexual and physical for reading this book. But it was really good. The reason why it's called The Book Woman, and she's called The Book Woman, is because she applies to be part of the PAC librarian project. And so she has a route into the mountains bringing book loans to people. And so there's lots of, the beauty of books and what the books can bring people, even people who are starving to death. There are just some really touching scenes. And then the end of the book is a bit of an emotional roller coaster because things are leveling off, and then there's a thing, and then there's a thing, and then there's a thing. Like, I was like, whoa, my God, what is, whoa, my feelings are everywhere. It was really good though. I really liked it. I think I gave it probably 4 stars. With no obvious, I read it in audiobook. So even if there had been parts that dragged a little bit, I wouldn't have noticed as much because it was an audio. And I did look up a little bit about the Fugate family, which is the family that this was kind of based on, because I was so curious about why the author would choose to make a family blue. I didn't realize that had really happened, that there was really this family that came from France and brought this recessive trait of chocolate colored blood that made their skin look blue. So there are hard parts to read because it is, poor, starving people, coal miners. Her dad is trying to unionize or get folks unionized, the coal workers, and they're kind of letting him put himself out there because he's blue. Just a lot of hatefulness that happens, but ultimately it was a great read. And there's a sequel called The Daughter of the Bookwoman, or something like that. I just saw it in the bookstore the other day and I did not pick it up, but it's a pretty good bet that I will at least look it up on audiobook to finish the series. All right, so that was the book. So here is the second Illumicrate box. Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and open it. We're just gonna make it one video and be done. You know what? That was my last Illumicrate. I think that this is the special edition of the Winners Trilogy that I got. So I canceled my subscription and bought this beautiful set of the Winners Trilogy, along with a few other things. So let's take a look to see what's in this box. So what we have is an exclusive hardback edition of the trilogy with stunning foil jackets. I'll show you those, of course. And all of them have hidden covers and sprayed edges, and they're signed. And then let's see, we've got the Kestrel and Aaron magnetic coins. This magnetic coin pair features the 2 main characters from the series. And so I believe that these are a thing because in one of the other Illumicrate boxes, we got 2 coins for the main characters for red, white, and royal blue. They're probably up on the card catalog, so I can't show you them, but I think Illumicrate must be doing a coin collection thing, which is kind of cool. I'm into that. And then we have a replica of Kestrel's dagger. designed by Stacy McAvoy-Kant. Ooh, I love it. You're daggered. It's beautiful. It's also like the carving is within the metal. Very nice, very nice. Then there is a Bite and Sting book box. So store your game pieces and other bits and bobs in this book box inspired by the game Bite and Sting from the trilogy. So in the story, and I've only read the first one, maybe the first two. I have not finished the trilogy, and I've got reader's copies. Like, I don't even have to touch these. I have hardcovers of this book series already. But there's a game that I don't really understand, and I don't know that I'm supposed to really understand it. But it's a game of strategy that the characters in the book play. So this is a box decorated for that, which is super cool. And then we have the books. I'm going to unwrap all these. When I come back, next time you see me, these will all be unwrapped.
Is it worth the waiting for? If we live till 84, all we ever get is cruel. Every day we say our prayers. Will they change the
Poof. I'm here. All right, so it's the 3 books from the trilogy. They are standing together. Beautiful. Right, so the first one is The Winner's Curse. The Winner's Curse is this idea that sometimes in order to win a gamble, you have to be willing to bet more than the thing is worth. So when you win, you actually regret it or feel cursed because you have now paid more than the thing was worth in order to win. That's what a winner's curse. That's what the term winner's curse refers to. I love this color so much. The embossing on it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Happiness depends on being free, and freedom depends on being courageous. This is the back. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe you can. There. And I love the foil. Beautiful. Beautiful. The Winner's Kiss. Purple. And the quote on the back, "If you won't be my friend, you'll regret being my enemy." I love the colors on it so much. I also love that I bought these in a moment of feeling responsible by canceling the book box. I love the blue. Jeez, I love the blue. The Winner's Kiss. And the quote on the back, "You don't need to be gifted with a blade. You are your own best weapon." So Castrol, who's the main character of the book, is, you know, she's the daughter of the warlord or king or whatever. And she really wants to be a soldier, but she's not supposed to be, you know, but she's really good. And she is going to revolt against everything that the kingdom stands for. And she finds an enslaved person. It's a romance. It's an adventure. It's a, you know, forbidden love. It's a white privileged princess and a dark-skinned guy who's actually supposed to be owned by people. I love Marie Rutkowski's writing, and she's such a nice person. I met her. She was at the Rochester Teen Book Festival. I don't remember what year it was, but I was part of her author posse and just really, really enjoyed talking with her and hearing her talk to kids and writers and things like that. So I've been a fan of hers. And like I said, I just read A Midnight Lie last week, I think. All right. That's it. Maybe I'll start recording again. Hard to say. Catch you on the next one.